Entertainment review. And then, Mr. Overton, some entertainment review. What's in the number for Tennessee? Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment. Entertainment review. Entertainment review. And then, Mr. Overton, some entertainment review. What's in the number for Tennessee? Entertainment
Yes, sir. Accra, Ghana. Yatna siya cinco nya wiena yawa Benada and memenda biade bro. Tuesday, June 29, 2021. Entertainment reviews, Junior. Visa break up him no 9 and come on and Vodafone Ghana Music Awards in Hong Kong near the brewer. The oohs, the ass, the clappings, jubilations. I don't know if they were tears. But we will be synchro switch no one of them. Before a woman. I'm on for Mujai, name one more church. If you better on some, if you better on some, you'll be a Troy, be a show setting in a boy, Mediano. "22 years and still counting. Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Women Day, and I have the ultimate main event in Casabasso. And you see Kunyania Papa and Semi Shasi near her. Live auditorium experience and a TV experience. The end there. Adiano Susisi Mwache, I say it's now between heaven and hell. I was from the baby as Sisi Omudia Kwakudu. I was to be a young Casawan as I was to the Korean Papa. Grammys. Acquire as a friendly weekend. Or no, I did Grammys in the Caribbean. At a Sanko Yamano. Was super Grammys is due to say I was with you. A Koye Manipano. Uncle Yesudia. Studio no man saying so about Bay. And if you hire man. Robert Clark from Chatterhouse. One more Casamo more Hanum saying Tilly Akianipa Kwesi Ernest Yaya Boa, Mr. Logic, and alright, James Abuaje. Ada in 5 pack in teacher say we no monyum to form walk heavy. What baby Abby? Alright, so my member studio no han say na yan share and come on as say senior AC call yeah. Mema Robert Clark, mema no akwaba na me musa no say Jumedie no wo munsusi ye niam mo de si o mani su expectation objectives aims goals wo mo set ye sa pepepe and a call ye edema mo afie Vodafone Ghana Music Awards festival no sen na tie sen no mo hu no ekoye in terms of omo ankasa wo munsusi ye no wo mo trance wo mo din komo no sen na tie Robert akwaba
ejo so bibi abako
nyame adom yegusun kakra that's to say we wait me about be cancer. So, Sanatier, Mimenda, that was the ultimate, me fan said, the main event, now, Ankasa Eba. So, prior to that, now, and you might be brought to see another National Music Summit, even, Niamoye, Fiada, Minim said, be a near industry, and kind of my friend industry was, Minim said, still like, Edino, so the same
still
thing,
industry, yeah.
Still industry, okay. So many other events are now about the same call. Sanya mo hye niama mususu ye sa pepepe na komam
on a large scale sir, we're hoping not to have just one event. Na per se you have a festival. And as from the definition of festival, a series of events just to be able to celebrate music. Into Wausha, we named the month of June Musical June. With series of events lined up. Into Wabuboso, you mentioned quite a number of them.
Yeah.
By your experience concerts, I think you call 4 schools. VGMA in schools, you call 4 different second institutions.
Okay.
We're bringing them the music experience from practicing artists. I think so. Music summit,
Okay.
And we also, I think some of the elements in the summit were going around. I think so. Day 1 and then day 2. So the day 1, music industry awards, and then day 2 being the popular category of the VGMA. We plan it out that way, and we're happy say at the end of the day to me pulling it off.
Okay. That's very, very interesting. Now no me can't say be said because this is not the first time you move for the phone Ghana Music Awards festival. Every one more year festival because that particular time there was this gospel session a normal year. I don't know, so once I to form the gospel for but we do a musical concert for the gospel fraternity in your kaka home and I'm be festival and if you heard I'm saying minim agrontia munshishi masan kwa kofa abebio.
So at the end of the day, when you're to progress in life or every day you have the opportunity to make new decisions. Once the decisions at the time, it makes sense, you'll be able to work with it. And I'm saying that's it. We had series of things at night per se, and at the end of the day, it was just befitting to be able to carry the name festival. Just we've been using it in 10th century, so we thought we should just bring it back and then get into that particular mood and get things done. We are hoping to even do more.
Okay. So Yamsha said. Nyabeya Nkomodie pa as the main event.
Yeah.
Bakusa ba be Nkomodie, but industry for no dia kwa ho fine. National Music Summit na mo but yanka no kra ho asem kakra National Music Summit, and I'm sure said you've been following some of the discussion, the controversies about any change about. So this National Music Summit, is this something that is here to stay? Idea. And also, Modi Ababe camp award scheme and as a one-off thing, be more senator.
It is here to stay. In the past, we used to do the music seminar. For a couple of years. I think 2017, 18, 19. Now 2020, because of the COVID and how it happened. But in our planning, I say I evolve kakra. And you decided to say summit so that we can use it to address national issues and then on that same platform, no, you presenting awards to people who are within the ecosystem of music, not necessarily musicians.
Okay.
And see, you use this our platform to be able to honor them. So on that day, we are looking at the honoring of these titans, and then in addition to that, we want dialogue, conversations about we can use to move the industry forward. So essentially, that's the nature of the program, and we want it to stay. Just every year, no, we are looking forward to that. I think so. It was situated on World Music Day.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the 21st, and basically that day, is celebrated in over 1,000+ cities across the world. And so we just wanted to be a part of that celebration, using something of significance of that particular nature. And that is what we did, and we are happy how it turned out.
Okay. Now, National Music Summit, Bakua, the host of the program, Rudy Kwachimeti, and he repeated this on a number of times. Said, discussion, there will be a communique. And Tim Fan said, near Penifo Kani na would be good crata. So I've not seen it. Meaning, say, be a modia bar. What happened to the communique? To say?
Ever out this week. The thing is, we wanted it to stand out, but when it comes to publicity or managing media communique, at times you don't want certain things to drown the message you want to be able to bring out. And having finished the program, I think everything is about who won what and all the elements. And we are even deliberating, say, should it be this week and I say even to next week, so that one can get its own mileage and its own attention. It's not off the table; it's still on the table. We just want to be sure when to put it out there, so that the whole its own concentration.
Okay, to the main event. On the night. Now I didn't watch him, because main event. I mean, him said largely yemudu do and especially crowd this COVID period. Yenina yentimi emba auditorium honum saying. And just maybe a few number of people been able to me about auditorium. So yemudu dona share our television. So me fan say live auditorium more honum see almost share live auditorium honum saying na yenso share TV. So in terms of production, more assessment saying at say more idea mo say ekokama na to say.
Okay, so from our side there, we were looking to have an interesting event, and based on our plans, we were looking to have day 2, which is actually the finale, being the biggest night. And a lot of thinking went into the concepts, a lot of thinking went into the performances, a lot of thinking went into the look and feel and all the elements. And at the end of the day, based on reviews that we are getting, we can clearly say that what we wanted to do, we were able to achieve it. Technically, there are things you want to take. Of course, with every production, there may be some lapses here and there. We have our own lessons, we have our own criteria. So and we've also taken down our notes in terms of something technical things that we could have done better. But yes, we've seen that. And day one is like a miniature version. Of course, you have history of what industry awards used to be. 200 people, hotel and stuff like that. And this platform actually elevates the experience of industry awards. Into if you are taking it from history now, this particular experience of industry awards is like an elevated version. The only thing is that maybe we need to be able to see how we can also give it a rounded experience and give it its own complete experience. But in terms of the weight of where the concentration is, it's more for day 2 than day 1. And because obviously, while them say projects of this nature, you will need a team, you dedicated team here, you need budget. It's a bit difficult to be able to make day 1 feel like day 2. You have to choose. Grammys, when they have the Grammys premiere, the experience was different from when they had the main Grammys at night. Recently, BT Nikapuno. What they had in the afternoon was different from what they had in the evening. If you look at the summers as well, what they do for the industry awards, I mean, it's still a miniature version, like very small than as compared to the main one. So it's that comparison thing that at the end of the day you clearly see one outweighs the other. So yeah, it's we try to elevate the industry, and it feels good that it's getting elevation. ABI to become better, as we push. But the more emphasis was on day 2, and we are happy for the results that we got from it.
2 things we are bemse okasasi ampesa ochechemi mam. Did I hear you say it's 200 people hotels bini bibisa chese modi amanfo go hotels and I saying?
Oh, me say in the past industry awards you would see say ABI Alisa. And then we just put, we have about 200 people there, and then you hold the industry awards. And say, as compared to today, I won't say it's even been elevated because it wasn't organized like this.
Okay.
So we've elevated the industry experience from previous experience. From previous awards as compared to today. So it doesn't match the finale, but what we have done is that we've elevated it. Kakra.
And talking about ABI industry, the end doesn't match. Misha industry, the end on the TV, so I noticed that lighting was a bit stage, lighting. I say meaning if that's the same observation maybe because the main one we say the lighting was better than the industry one, meaning if you've had anything like that.
Obviously there will be some lapses, but yesterday to say we are gathering all the information. We are yet to do our complete review until when we go on programs of this nature, and then whatever is coming out from people, whether technical or non-technical, and then we try to understand exactly what went wrong, have meetings with our technical team and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, we couch a way for the subsequent one. So I understand, say everything may not necessarily go 100%, but I mean, a human institution. Yes,
question. I mean, baby, mama, my big form so me share hanum say mama my babe ni share initial comment by way of the production. He said I never see call no. Meaning say nya dey abema me answer, but still I will ask the question because when it comes to a part of maybe the world that yempe say a bit disclose to BBC budget festival, the whole ABI organization of it, idea my ready is okay. Well, so this particular year festival cost ABI 1 million Ghana cedis, 2 million Ghana cedis, 3 million Ghana cedis. In terms of budget, it's saying.
I like the way you answered yourself.
I didn't answer, but I know.
You suspected, say, I won't give you an answer.
Teacher say, oh, mommy, answer.
You already know.
The budget in the numbers of the okay. All right. So that's Robert Clark, Kasama Chatterhouse, organizers of Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. And we at the proper kwemu so issues neighbor be in kakanka, but my main corona main gym uniform so I drink so far. And someone maybe sa Robert ne waka initial maybe reaction to it. So studio no hanum saying James Abuaji, ewa hanum saying 5-pack president Mr. Logic. Wano ebana industry mo mutuni esansu talent manager, producer, everything. Ono si wahanum saying ya boa, and so ewa hanum saying ya boa ni di edwume msenansu ababeka ho saying ewa ha and Christianes dear me sure say munim ne dada mo amutati entertainment review Tilly ekuya nipa and so wahanum say oni an di dwumede Kofi Asamoah and so wahanum say. So my main around na yen shas ye govi for microphone na me shas yen feel so na and someone so far Robert by way of maybe initial comment in terms of production in ya maybe say bisano initial comment on it.
Bakwesi I think it's or here VGMA this year I like how it is gradually growing into becoming a film music festival.
Kofi, sorry, Maminya interview in Samra Subium. Many Ura Fred Dakon of Evolution International. Many Freddie Nin Komoka crap. Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Maybe there a busway saying and Uhunu a banner event production. Ghana Hanumsia Evolution International so dimu akotene papa yene ora Fred Dakon eni hu enkomokaka Fred Adasimu akwa baba entertainment review sewie
question that's right
Okay, so my name said I am be a mean day oko auditorium ho announce TV so near the kind.
Michelle TV so.
Okay. It was saying the experience, the entire production in terms of maybe a sound, lighting, technical aspects, you know, saying and an etymology.
Because I've already said it already, and I think it's one of the best productions so far. The experience was very good for me, as like I said, I watched it on TV, so very, very smooth. Light was very decent and straight to the point. Nothing extraordinary, and for me the experience was very good. Sound was super this time and everything. So in total, I think it was a very good experience. And you see, I always say this: simplicity is always the best. So you realize that something not overdone, simple, straightforward, and for me. And if you look at even the Vodafone Facebook page, their CEO said similar thing, that this is one of their best experiences so far. So for me, I think this year was very good.
Okay. Okay, meaning said if I can push you to the wall and pin you down and maybe say this is the best so far. Are you saying say Juma bra now we Juma Charterhouse now some of the productions I'm once more only painful be George Night Hammond more Satana Mono, which means a woman said I knew you may be I didn't know.
Hello, Akashi?
Yeah, Fred Otiminka question, you know.
Hello.
Yeah, Fred Otiminka. Hello, Fred Otiminka. Okay, Fred Otiminka. Not me busan because I say this is the best he's seen so far. Tina, me busan is so 22 years and Fred Akoni Charterhouse I hear Juma paying in fear do be bree. So say he said this is the best so far. Not me piano kakre busan said. And your best so far, and that means that time no more or more production. So net saying, Fred Otiminka. Okay, I think we've lost him on the line. Kovi, I remember now. Yes, I can Fred. I know to ask.
Okay, Brakwesi. Sana na mekana. Event, you know, this year, no. I like how it is growing into a music festival. Shasia with the summit. I don't know if there was something else before the summit, but it starts.
So many events, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and so I
experience this
experience, no, before even the event is now made like 2 separate days. I think that gradually, you know, what I see is going to be like a whole week of music activity. And it's beautiful and a very international standard because a lot of the music festivals, no, this is really how it usually starts. And a brand like Ghana Music Award, Vodafone Ghana Music Award, so solid that it is all we probably need to set sa pace.
Okay, Kovi, message your time kaka me na so what you say dwumedie na ye nhwese betimi ni ora Fred akwantimi ewie nkomana Fred mpa chat me kan.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so now my question me bisa on say say me how can say this is the best so far we who Vodafone Ghana Music Awards na maybe say only Charterhouse aye adwuma amfie bebre ene onuanom ahodo amaka mo so me produce ye Ghana Music Awards e de ama Charterhouse pe mo amaye hu adwuma which means say mo adwuma mo ye no eno no nia ekoso na anu ya mo muni honom se eso ani se mo de no wahu.
Oh yeah, I think the industry 11 years. Those days we didn't have LED screens and stuff. We didn't have a lot of technologies and stuff. So the experience, venue, don't forget we used to do all these things at National Theatre. So the experience is not the same. The venue have changed and everything. So if I say that this is one of the best, it's one of the best. Listen, and I'm saying this on authority. I've done productions in South Africa, I've done productions here in Ghana, in Nigeria and everything. And you can compare this production to any of these international events, no doubt. And I always judge live shows based on the television output and the television experience. And this was one of the flawless events. Sound, light, presenters, guest presenters. It was, and I know that a lot of work went into it. A lot of work went into it. Went into it. So, Charlie, I think, of course, some of my colleagues there, that Charlie, this was one of the best productions so far. Yeah.
I see. Send out see describe when a being so I said, and net Vodafone Ghana Music Awards said production who TV, you know. Ye near so na ye one said, Oma Bom whom in the best so far. Nina Gina competition at 3 Music Awards, ya bay, Emma, Womo, a Kahuna, Wamaka Hono. Fred Nebi King, Senator, Ufi said 3 Music na ama competition, no my tighter production yet me a Kamasa.
I could say I don't think we should even start this conversation. It is not healthy. It's not necessary. 3 Music Awards have a long way to go. They have a long way to go. Listen, the production that the team of Charterhouse did this weekend was awesome. Period. I don't think we've come a long way. I remember when I was Charterhouse. One of our best production was the 5th year. I remember very well at National Theatre. And those days we thought it was the biggest thing. But as technology evolved, new venues, challenges, and all those things. And you see, if you look at the 360 experience, you're looking for artist commitment, rehearsals, stakeholders, involvement, and everything. So it's not even just what happened on that night. Okay. So I understand. I think I've spoken to my friend, what's his name, the 3 Music guys, and I said, I've told them that they have a long way to go. What the experience we saw this year was awesome, but there's a lot of challenge ahead. So for me, from where I see it, I don't want to even do the comparison. Knowing Charterhouse and knowing the system and the structures that is there, and even the clients involved, Vodafone, there's always a benchmark. You can't go below certain benchmark. So I don't think the yardstick or the benchmark is because of 3 Music Awards. No, it is because of what it is. So
well, and also about the comedy be a man for the and send see can say in particular Fred send can say 3 Music has a long way to go. No, does that mean say ya did 3 Music to 2 a year Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. You name me a can home. Me am fan to 2 cry because in terms of a beer production na a year Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. I mean, one room who cry. I a comparison.
What is the comparison about? Are you comparing the entire experience or just what we saw on the night of the event? Now, let me give you an example. For example, what kind of artist the 3 Music Award and compare the same artist at the VGMA appeal for the night of the event? What kind of industry or corporate stakeholders does both events appeal to? So that's what I'm saying, that we shouldn't go into that. 3 Music Awards has a long way to go. They just started. And I think they don't need this distraction. They don't need it. And it is our own interest to make sure we build the 3 Music Awards platform. It's good. If I have my own way, my advice is that 3 Music Awards must situate their, the audience appeal towards a particular generation. And then, in that in mind, you know that you're appealing to certain segments of the market audience. And then you can strategically appeal, target them correctly. So for me, that comparison thing, I think we are going to put unnecessary pressure on the guys. Okay, so it doesn't exist in my vocabulary.
Nyam, did we chat to about this comparison thing? Why wouldn't your friend, your brother? Near IT Herman that should be on social media, and then also by young comedy. I understand say he's put it. I mean, down. I don't know how true it is, but Neo Troy, the difference between a live music award and a music video award. What you're saying, because baby, Eduni, I don't know whether you saw this post and you're saying okay.
I did. I saw it, and I also laugh about it. You see, we people just infer and read meanings into what he said. Okay, unless Nia himself come out and explain what he meant. But I can read different meanings to what he said and everything. But I think what I took from what he said or what he wrote was that if you look at from the beginning, from the red carpet to the last, execution of or the treatment of their production last Saturday, everything was live and everything. And for me, I sat through it till 2 a.m. and everything, and I applauded. I'm a producer. I'm a content producer, and I criticize when I have to. For the experience I saw Saturday was massive, and for me, I'll give my hand to them. So unless me, I tell himself, but I also saw the response from my and I thought it was unnecessary. Okay, it became the banter and all those things. And for me, I think I told Abu the last time that my logic in life and in my work experience is that always let your work speak for you. You don't have to go there and make all the noise. When you do a project and the project is good, the project will speak for you. So allow the public to judge it and everything. This banter thing is unnecessary. And for me, like I said earlier on, the industry, we need to help these guys to grow their brand. This comparison thing is unnecessary. Charterhouse and DGMA is a solid brand. You know, and they keep growing. And I'm happy it is growing. Some of us started it, and we left it, and it's growing. It's growing, and I'm happy where it is going. And again, like I said, this production they did Saturday can be compared to any production on the African continent. That's me.
Friday, but that's it. We see a share better on corner soon. Yamisha Papa. Fred Darkon of Evolution International. Me Emra Studio Hanum say na yentwa en come on so Kofia Samwa and I know kasa me man be just 1 minute to be no wrap up na yentimi ma other members no so ntimi ka bi Kofi.
Yeah. Yeah, son na make an intino me my enije menije a minyae ne se kwan a omo fa so asese no omo ma omo ye free just sa one night event into you know, and now in terms of production, no, may a lot into that, but as an audience, say, me am tifia me rebi in fact, me bo mo abaso or mo aye adwuma. Now the idea ba kwa me hu ya mampe. Audience control and we need to say can twi afa. Kwan omo floor managers ne audience no. Nipa na ye because program we no omo anyiska. Obi otu obi ano invited guest sameboa mpacho mo mudi animu no yes obi otu ya mani invite into event sano easy to control the audience because I for camera ade we the titru pa na ye for omo ye ma ya tifie na ye hwe no because omo anyiska ma obi a keke ama no enipa kakra bi neto but the idea ne say Ghana nyina benye bi ahwe nti I was say omunya floor manager ombe control audience because back kwasi edru baby na me hra kra ho na artist performing na fellow artist at why say o no artist performing na fellow artist at where on phone say na omo ma on a award near the map papa me friend say lifetime award na artista we artista wonim say wo so e bedum emre bi no wo so betumi anya sa award bi no. So unim nipa no once ya bo nipa ni for some of us minim no but that award no the man ni bia madwuma me say ah ma me nkonko redi abasa ni pay ma me musa asumesi oya hwan as ye ka no the oye ni influence in the industry na musician obiate ho like I think say a ho kakra no because na ye akoye say ya wo fia ye program no na ye kra ye sa ye ni age chain wo mo ete wo no because camera no koto and in your say no
Kofi ene si man pa
in your say no I say next yombe no omo make sure say obenya floor teamer e betumi ama audience ne because okwa abroche ni other eventer obi gina ho nti obi ba na wa say ba ku gina corner so no I say just obi am money same no I say even standing ovation cry orchestrated nti e be share VGM for no say next time sa any Ghana artist no mo yando do ye ho So artist perform here. Sana was sana and I said sorry now also na for artist no per se for the act.
Me da say.
Into the best pa.
Okay, so Mami Martili, so for microphone, yeah, so far near Robert Clark, and come out, yeah, ni Fred Dark of Evolution, just initial comments now. The other issues, you pigeon kakran cry and quitting. Minti Otile.
Okay, Michelle BBIOT, me started every before events, a year or more promotional plan. Initially, no, a lot of people I said this time, no man shut down TV, will be senior. Maybe a train won't be event. I thought that controversy say who crown poma as a hype no was soon to be a chain.
I know they say my heady Robert Cra, my head in no hand say because me say say Robert name Jumano. Yeah, name so adaka cra. Inti so kekan ho and they say makakra.
Yeah. And no ho I'm for na kaye deep program na chi because of controversy say wo ho no as this year no na e wo form. But ono so many na interview be platform bi ma waka say this year na kasa no omo cut budget for media. Inti obviously once I cut budget ni mean say edwuma ni baby e be ko form kakra. Na mom no dey me kan say I think say this year mom it was very effective. Omo planning is very, very effective because omo media partner omo ye Juma TV3. The whole time there was actually road to the VGMA. Every day, na me he omo ye interviews, omo ne omo industry name sometimes pandits ni be so there was as a conscious effort to be to nail the fact say VGMA ne ba. But my problem is how many people na share that event no. And a man a problem, but it was effective because aside the continuous doing of road to VGMA, no, the youth VGMA in schools, no, it was also something they put up. I mean, Kamido more artists we break Kwame Youth Munyako schools to go and talk to the people. So the build up to the event there, it was great. I think saying. And yet, because of controversies, now shut down Bahono dear. Now so omo achieve the right purpose, making it to reach the right people. No dear, I think omo ye pa on dear. It was well done. Now I will talk about the comparison with the VGMA to the Three Musical. It has happened. I say Obia Pese Wakase. The VGMA did so well because of what Three Music for you know. I think I'm sorry to say, but that thinking is not. And you do me because okwa show mu events awards or more the Grammy or more BET or more iHeart Radio nina every one of the award gives you a different look of something. They are diversified. But Ghana Hano because say your slow change say your pay change we always want to box things in one thing. The VGMA or more plan on with your almost strategies on with your music over the years and no more was over the years. Their music this year decided to do virtual into most of their productions were pre-recorded. I mean, a very beautiful look of how this thing too can be done. But Ghana, the typical mind of Ghanaian wants to do the comparison. Oh, when we say, but when we keep doing that, we are actually putting pressure on Three Music, not the VGMAs. Because if we don't give them the room, how this thing too can be done in various ways. The whole time you compare, video before we say, there is if I say, now more pressure. But say this year my virtual, who knows what they can give us next year? But because VGMA for any saint, and the Three Music for they want to compare. The more we compare, that's almost a man stay on one lane. That's almost then now they are losing their mode. A lot of events. Abroche so many. Nickelodeon that almost pray at the end go. So people's choice different. Grammy different. Or be to say artist no or call Grammy and you say okay, this is the experience I'm going to get here. Or could be it this is the experience. But Ghana, we want to always put everything in a box. Yes, sir. We are not open for experiences. And to me, sir, comparison is a non-starter for me. And another event will come and they'll also give us another experience and we'll be like, wow, this thing can be done in this way.
Okay.
Now you enjoy comparison.
May that say, Kwesi, for microphone and I'm into you. So far, Robert in some way, Fred and so and come on in the DA.
Yeah, because I think Fred Akasa and for some of us, your production, you belong to Sayana Maya Ibino. Kwesi sa wuti akyire na unua kwaye bibi saa na wo sorry na ukọ epitiprim kwakaka nsem bia ya na ya I say like you are shooting yourself in the foot because usuzo adwuma wo ya no. And so I was happy say manager say Fred Oka say it was very much unnecessary to actually compare. Na kwesi team BGM 22 years. Ana Sadiq Mus 3 music awards. Almost 4 years man. Hey, about 20, back 22. Oba 4, Obia 4, near the 22 years, near the year Infanton. Hey, totally is the police never brought for the argument has fallen flat. Because the argument has fallen flat. 22 years of event production to 4 years. Because there's a lot of things that BGM made. They've gone through the low, the high, the wine, the guns and ammunitions times and boom, boom, bam, bam. Yeah, the scatters. And no matter grandma, Saturday and I can was me 2 years ago. Next year, boom, boom, pam, pam. I'm actually there small backstage.
But send your kind one who no be a quack or you and Racy Bonio. Christianes, you can you?
I listened to the interview. Also, Eugene interview. Also, 50 so starts with Boban. Oh, baby, Sasa, our music mood. And that was the truth. It was so because and no more VGM Charterhouse FM when it come to production. No, I think say any BBS say yes, we appreciate their 3 music awards 4 years. Yes, they are young. A lot of things are coming up. Yeah, more opportunity, no more soon. But for me, it will be unfair. Say, but to me, I compare the almost yet say because of a mountain be a VGM a couple tent. No, it will be out of a discussion. Because see, I'm in for non twinching. Many saw Bebri were their Charterhouse a year for this 22nd edition of VGMA. And I really want to applaud them. Because the entire makers and say, we share event, me being a production person, we share event, now we share the various contents. And you may course, I'm talking about stage activity. And then I'm the guys did very, very well. Because for the first time in our history, our musicians performance in a bar stage decided to create something from their to add up to their performance. There was a value for money. The musicians after VGM you bomb about poor performance, poor attitude on stage. This time around, for the first time, 22nd edition, because you saw it evident. Say musicians in the bar stage will be about with something different. Medical came with something unique. And watching medical on stage with the kind of things, I was like, yo, these things are happening. I mean, did anybody watch Kiddy's performance? Amazing. The lighting effect. Because it doesn't take, if you're a production person, and you be to work and you talk about aspect as some that was production. And because look at it, it was the changeovers. We add and the team has to go put the whole thing together, do the lighting for Kiddy, after move it out for a medical own to come, after do that before a fear own to come. Because it's a new monamano. So a production person, it doesn't, it's a one-man planting. Kwanya be faswa ubetuma achieve sa we because media from where
about studio no mamu we mami nkodi si ankomo we na Mensambra studio no yentwa so ni Aite Hammond a member of the board of Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Now, omo broke from the atuja say no matrafa ni Aite Hammond ho. Ni Aite Hammond is a representative on the VGMA board who has over 10 years of experience in steering the affairs of the board. Ni is humbled by the opportunity to help shape and build the industry. He is currently the channel manager of Hope Channel Ghana and former director of productions at Charterhouse Live, and brings to the table over 2 decades of experience and influence in event and TV production. Ni is a devoted Christian with a musical background. He provides a balanced view in the various arguments that inevitably ensue during board meetings. So, Yanko Amano, so near Dasimo Aquaba Entertainment Review. So,
thank you, Mr. Midasi.
Right, so senior medical I can just see there only a year chatters for any jumanti production on year na on shedan ka ho sanity.
Sanity.
Okay. Right. So Nato saying minim say now auditorium ho share yeah. And now show TV so saying ene come out.
Na me auditorium ho. Na me auditorium ho, but and it was very exciting. It was very electrifying. Ultimately, a lot of thought had gone into the production in terms of planning and preparation. You know, because if you look at the props that were used, if you look at the stage design, the lighting, you know, everything was top notch. At least it was a vast improvement from the last time that I was on a VGMA production. So it was a good production.
Oh, okay. Which means say wow, but ebia unuan ma weji o mechira sisi omo ehwe chire ye adwuma no say o madwuma so ani.
Oh yes, I say.
Okay.
A lot of work has gone into it.
Well, Chichubem said at Quinty Amifro, there's this particular post that you on social media is attributed to you. Say the difference between a live music awards and a music video award. And also about comedy. First of all, bet you confirm and say yes, indeed. One outro side on social media. So.
Oh man, I'm a try.
Well, Troy and a B. Say we dear I say kutia na wo boss say 3 music award never see any music video award na we Simon said near Vodafone Ghana Music Awards yet send yet live awards sankasa ni omo kan sa ene botai enti awde try there sa na pesa o kire
I could see every say would me fretted me come out there me kabibia me can say na me can me draw post to it because I don't know whether you follow, but you realize that at the beginning of the show, one more share with TV, so no, was yeah, I auditorium, no, they're not yet see your better voice, but one more share with TV, so no. I think that I don't know what happened, but there was no voice in the beginning. Later parts now, who said voice no, by. So on social media, there were people critiquing that, you know, making references to that. And so the post was to give an indication. It was an education for people to know that there's a difference between a live show and a recorded show. Because these things can happen on a live show, but it cannot happen on a recorded show. Because on a recorded show, all those things will be corrected. But on a live show, things like this can happen. So it's a difference between a live show and a recorded show.
Okay. Enti enye said na o boy kutie bi kire say 3 music and no your music video award. Na we dey bibia mo ye na live wo honum say.
There's no need for equitia in the sense that it is, you know, the period in which we are, the COVID period in which we are, has changed so many things in production. So things are not necessarily all the same. So you would have some events, like for example, if you take last year when they had as part of the VGMAs, the Heroes Award, the Heroes concert, which replaced the normal experience concerts that they do.
I think it was done in Kumasi and Ambwa.
No, Heroes was done in Accra.
Okay.
Yes, but it was a recorded.
Okay.
You get, even though it was a live performance, but it was recorded. That is a difference in if you take sometimes like BET, Grammy, they have some of the performances recorded. So those are changes that are happening in the entertainment industry or in these award schemes based on the challenges of the times and what is available and what you can do and what you cannot do. So having recorded programs is not a crime in this COVID period. But if you are doing live, there are some challenges that you can face that definitely won't happen in a recorded environment. And the difference with the VGMA was that it was live. And so you can have such mistakes would happen because it is live.
Okay. Now, I'm so about your Sadia and Inchi me out made. A brand here Ezekiel Tete. Or no, so any 3 music you watch Akabi, and then send me a bam so by Troy. Ne subsequently said, Nyawashro no, or the bomb kutia. Uchieti, I said, one more so my war scheme, Nenti. Sadia, so if you heard him say na, Opachono. Ujin saying, what do you make of it?
I didn't give it any thought. I didn't respond to him, so it's not something I'm going to respond to because, I mean, if he has carried it for himself, I mean, that's his own problem. I didn't carry it for him. If I had wanted to address 3 music awards, I would address 3 music awards. When they had the awards on Facebook, I congratulated them. I knew what they had done. I knew everything that had happened at the awards. But what did I do? I congratulated them because it was a nice award. It was a good award. I mean, it was nice to see. And it also gave an opportunity. I mean, I've said it on various platforms that if Ghana have many awards, it's good for the industry because the artists would have several awards at their disposal. And so it makes it easier for them to operate in a space. And so if I wanted to deal with 3 music awards, I'll deal with 3 music awards. But I don't have any issue with 3 music awards. So why would I go and do anything? If I wanted to speak to 3 music awards, I'll speak to 3 music awards. I'll put it in my post. Because who do I fear or who am I?
But you see where you post no crash we're pulling it down.
Yeah, I pulled it down because somebody asked me to do that, and I put it on Facebook too. That I woke up to a message, a request, and I gave reverence to the person who requested, and so I took it down.
Why not see if you're? Why not see if you're?
Oh, some me per se me can't a Facebook post nobody shame.
I have not seen the post until I'm able.
Okay.
Okay, but why is audio in Pakuni Dimba Tuja? Okay, so my Mimbusa, this final one I am fan common on FNC. A beefy so okay, well, 3 music for CCR, there's competition between Omone a VGMA pressure, one more a VGMA's pressure. Being so Debbie. Now, the numbers are comparison. 22 years, 4 years. Dear Ben, I'm not okay. Which knife was Uncle Moimu?
There's no pressure. I don't even know why people must think that there should be pressure. There's no pressure. There is a need for multiple award schemes. You see, the reason why a lot of time it becomes a major challenge for people is that VGMA is like the standard. And so everybody wants to beat the standard. No problem about that. There is no challenge in any of this. At least as far as I have worked at Charterhouse and my experience at Charterhouse, the mind of the company is to battle global, not local. And so the local space is not a space that they are looking at battling for competition. No, they want to rub shoulders with the Summers, with the BETs, with the Grammys. So far as the concept development and the finance or the industry can be able to back it. That is what they're looking for. And so the competition is not part of the argument for them, as far as I knew, and as far as I had been at Charterhouse, and I don't think is anything different. And so, I mean, maybe others are looking at competing with them, but they are not competing with anybody. They are in their space and they are running, and they are not looking at somebody else to be able to make a decision or an action or take an action or make a movement. No, that is not it, as far as I am concerned.
Nia bedas yet bisi say, I'm sure.
On sure.
Nia ite Hammond, a board member of VGM in the Dean Corner. Member studio no han say na. Kwesianes no kasa mema kwesi wie ma me na. Young tell because I'm saying command door so pa. Kwesi wie ma me.
So I mean asamna na ya boso no, and I think say wohwe tebia ye wo sabre ne enoma wo mo ye VGM wo mo Charterhouse production mo ye na. Kwesi asam bia ne ho na sabi asam kra wo ho a sabi you say near oya the panel ono aso so ayemfo so, and these are production things. Obi enu wire production a wonye na 100%. 80 to 90 kwaya na heading, because there are a lot of things will happen. But on this 22nd edition there, because in the from MC to performances to red carpet to auditorium to, I mean, who say and nearby then no man kasano some brofubia school for I know the more sense of awakening me boy. I know the more brofu. Yeah, sense of awakening. I say one near bomb hoso ewa de omo ye no say ade na ye no e your mind Ghana na ye ade na momo nti braso say yesim kunwa na ye ade na man ye, and I really applaud them for what they did, and I believe say there's more opportunity, there's more room for improvement ahead. But this one, because you see some bim ni e kind details, I mean per se you take a content from security to performance to biano you to your boss na you do dwam you biem na bibim ba
ko we me da say second host me da say papa ma me ma ya boa for microphone na me ntio ya me da say
kwesi we dey mebo ni till send ya kan no I think say first of all no me commend Charterhouse. I think they did an amazing job, but ebani production na said ya na ye ni na can sometimes the production on the ground so no enema be to me a there are things that you are not prepared for. A bit to me a simple free one way or the other, and I was I will find out a solution. But for me, from where I'm sitting, no, me nim DSA, I'm a network and I'm a TV dia. But now me sound, for me, it was not good. I was not getting a good sound from home because I was not in the auditorium. But speaking with Robert,
TV
Robert can send me many who say I feel me and I feel no better say I review and who almost short comments ni baby I told senior the not they improve upon it. And I think said this one the Tilly cry enya candidate. The comparison with 3 Music and VGM is a non-starter. Enya idea I was say yes so supi. Because I've seen a lot of tweets and comments on social media from some board members of 3 Music and all of that, which I think is absolutely uncalled for. And my third point and then so presenters na you use for event I think they did a phenomenal job. Oshe dia senior Giovanni tried to inject his personality into his presentation and all that. Bellamundi did amazing. Sika Osai so and so wo homo muso hold the program net down. Emma Nikoye papa, which I think is good. And one thing me realizing and said they tried their best possible to manage time. Because Kaneno nanka de bia no VGM ne ye ba omo ma be present award no omo anomba be gina ho no ma bo nominations ne ya twen ansa no ma ba be kasa. But this time around no to me so omo ma presenter no edi kan e tre nominees nti ansa na nominees ne be wie no na onipa ba be present award no aba be do na bibia yetel. So I think that time management was good, and the whole idea of having a week and with different programs for each day, I think it was spectacular. So kudos to Charterhouse.
Me da say mamima Mr. Logic in soon for microphone and I mean Logic mamiti we initial comment Robert Class so far what kind any interviewer ni IT Hammond then Fred Akuminti.
Yeah, I think Ramidasi for me I think the VGM has on my Michini the Pacha Yachemgaka VGM has been they've had this excellence in delivery in terms of production from day one, even though almost small problems. To me, my problem has never been the production, because production in the Obiano production when you're easy. Even from spinners crowd area programs, crowd say problems compared to such a huge platform. To me, when I went into the auditorium, I was looking out for stage art. I was share the way I stage, pertaining the art in the room, the lighting, and we won't say it was a bit different. Me said this particular edition improved. Very improved. I don't really have a problem with the way they produced, because a lot went into it. We share the exchange, how they exit one performance to the another now. We say even from Kiddy's own performance, the lightning system after Kiddy Eno came. I think it was Eno before Kiddy. It wasn't easy to that exchange to switch like that. Make sure there shouldn't be much to say about production, seriously, unless anybody thinks they could have done better for the VGMAs. In a comparison, someone for maybe want to say normal, because 3 Music Award I think they rather normal was our agenda not to prove say we are ready, because we've had so many awards schemes. Some to me in standard time. 3 Music Award had to prove themselves. Say yeah, ready. I don't think say they were doing it to spite the VGMA. Because 22 years in the grosser. And in Nema VGMA is some fame with criticism, any bashing up and down. 3 Music Award, they are just 4 years in it now. Me call back me cry time on last edition. In same year, the way hard board members be react to the attempt. One because say as a mature scheme, when people criticize you, you don't have to respond. Because board member be dim attempt call Facebook now there. One because say look, I feel say I mean Sadiq crackers. I say look, some of your board members are not mature. Make I just say because so we can't say more. I guess I would to me shall say no mo ko trans na mo fa ho age. Umba public now be the attempt. I think say 3 Music Award is growing. The VGMA is matured. 3 Music Award is growing. They are growing in a sense of the how long you've been here. Just 4 years. I don't want to really compare, but in business comparison, there's part of the competition. In there is positive, but it shouldn't be say you made the VGMAs attempt near the 3 Music Award aspect. And I mean, I hold na many I tell you more than yajin. I hold the many yajin. Or Chemu say I mean because he has really, in a way,
just any church the mind officer.
Because first of all, he shouldn't have done that. Because you say I had the opportunity to speak with the CEO. And I would tell my men I would say, Oyobia, she's all for the industry. But it was a vote acquire a popularity award, say name and Koya and Tia once in a kind. But Usha Mameno, she has a dream. And she's still pushing the dream. Near idea on I guess I'm about now, or like I say a digital or recorded and a live, it was unnecessary. He needs to accept. So when I accept here, he will have the other counterpart, throwing shot at the VGMA. Because VGMA is penny. And the last time Sadiq, Sadiq has a lot of respect for the chief executive of Charterhouse. And he even confessed he learned a lot from the man. Until I guess I would to me say Papa no penny. Most of the boys at the 3 Music they are friends with him, they've learned from him. In some way, I guess I will compare sir. We are no good VGM in any massive. But say ni I'm on I say no I guess I apologize. He shouldn't defend it. If he keep defending, we will keep talking. Man can hear any just so high because one year and then me I will never compare 3 Music Award to the VGM, yes sir, because I've said it that look, they are the mother award scheme that we have in Ghana now. Nyaka nyina is yom into wankasa yi. And I think the first caller is it Jodako?
Fredako.
Sorry, Fredako. Mm-hmm. He really spoke well. I think so. I don't know or can't say let's rather support 3 Music Award to grow, but not to compare it. I really agree with him on that one. The last one is on the programs they had. It was very necessary because in the past when they did the music summit, you know, they invited a guy from I think Nigeria, Sonny. You know, and say they've always want to know say they need to improve industry, you know. So I think that the VGMAs they have an agenda to excel the industry. But my problem, and then last week, I'm better me catch Minya Robert and he say sometimes categorizations, you know, are not a hard drink akra. You said the vote speaks volumes than the academy and the board. But I will really prefer say or going forward, you know, they should try and give the academy and the board more power than the vote. Because so jama among for voter, you bet me vote to say nepe. But if 1 million Ghana is too much,
and she said, if it's a public vote, no one to be academy
board. No, it's very necessary. And I'm complaining kusuba na eba no. That is the only problem I have with the VGMA up to now. That I me nya epa nka mo jintum. Now come on, the board and academy more power, so that they will look into the right songs and the right brands because a voter. Say questioners was kana so kase be logic. But say your artist we win. And it's not helping. That's the only issue I have with the VGMA. Aside that,
but I think
on certain categories.
On certain categories.
No,
the argument should be on certain categories.
Categorizations,
not all.
I said the categorization.
Categories.
I said it. I said the categorization
Yeah,
on certain
categories.
Yes.
Okay, so since here, I think Robert said a public vote in here 40%. Remember?
I'm 40%.
40%.
Yeah.
Any of the votes now public, apart from the most popular song now, which is 100%, no, to the general public, you know. Any of the categories, no, with exception again of the industry awards, which is more technical and team fans, no board in the academy vote me
Board in the academy vote.
Yes, but the remaining categories now. Public in women, they be 40%.
40%, 40, then 30 for academy, and then 30 for board.
Okay.
But most popular song, you know, it was changed, I think, a while back.
Okay.
To still 40, 30, 30.
Okay.
Initially, not 100%, but it was changed.
All right.
And also it's 40.
Okay, so Mamima logic you hear last one. I mean, Coach James. So logic. So if you say 40, see say 40.
40, 30.
And saying that we hey.
Mr. VGM is awards no properly the sources of the industry and then the artists.
No, me per percentage. So
and hold on me ban for that purpose, no Monteso give it 30% to the public.
Okay.
And then 70% divided between the board and academy. 35. Yes, so that they will have major.
All right. Mamima James, in fact, issues not my back questions. So any Mr. Logic. There's this argument about gospel. In fact, Nina is because of this argument here, but because of the artist of the year. We'll touch on that particular issue. Sorry, but Mamima James, initial comments on interview so far. Yeah, James, me too.
Yo, kasi medasi. Na machia etiefo. Me one person ma criticize Charterhouse pa because of that. Me other me catch me ko Vodafone. Ko cham chip. Ko man bufu ma ncha. Because of Charterhouse until me drive Vodafone use. Oh yes. Me reason here say Stone Boy ne Charter case no. Obi a ko ho bia Charterhouse na den ko ho. Charterhouse for na in charge of security. And they say 202 bo obia and ka Charterhouse na ma 2 ne 2 ye. Mo search obia. But some this year no mante ba bia da say Charterhouse for say Ghana for pa mo chew. Say ma sa de no esi ye. But rather no omo blame Stone Boy ne Shatawale. Why na don ba ho? Mo na mo dom ko nti bibia esi obia no na ye mo. Enti na wo senka mudi mu huni na mo pa Ghana for chew ba mo anye. Na me say me na me talk credit. Emma Vodafone for the support mo. Namja to na dey. So just here because man to say munye mu program bio. Until for almost 2 years we use it. But me say this year also me be omo program now controversies be brave. But this year no I say mente what take na opinions keke obi enya yanka na danfwe and as any artist way which means the year canon I mean omutie na e bi ka say omo grow they haven't grown omunyini omu nyini omu tutu omu nan because omu nya nyini
James I say three music is growing and Ghana music matured.
Matured. They are not maturity omu nya me.
Oh no, they are.
No, they are not.
They are matured. I mean, so we production
expert. Say, share emfie dodo a matu sala diwa asase so. Ene Solomon Nyansa na ni hwie o. So ti ase. Three music kura no, they are in the best or better position to do far better than we mo because omutra ye oma ba beto technology. And you maybe o Charterhouse start here no na manual. Bra ansa no wa ye no. Those days, you know, it's easy to set up a TV station, but then obi timi nipa ba akufo nya machine bi not any them set up TV station. And you know, they are growing to me. They are growing because this is the only time a matters a man for kase. Amaya de, we are there ba akupa zo nyini. Ghana for your problem no Africa for a problem.
And timpacho omunya matured omuye den.
They are not. They are maturing. They are in the process.
That to be unfair.
I'm expecting, say, after this program, no my appraiser. Share your individuals be was as we saw no many competitors. No many will be obit to Michael Jackson. Say Michael Jackson, you're gonna near Korean them because yeah now obiti obiano. Why now what they work a quarter to know, but on one casa. What Nancy no found in previous work. Now the current work now all you know at to home. In Timba Charterhouse, we mutri nyom there's oh yeah bomb ma ya bomb one ye next mobile poto. Yes, Ramon. Mati Ghana for watch it.
James.
Oh, Sentina me call say for once so impress me. And you come kwa Jimmy back. But me call no and you maybe me on dino. Oh, Dabi my number no but me to my touch fufuro.
Out of that fufuro.
Because ama ya de ama on say unua ya de now o criticize no. So that's what or we say or city up so na say obona baso a e say obona baso. Yes, and you know so far no there so good.
James Medase.
Yeah, share the next year omobeye.
Medase okay so my member studio no say na ye medisi ankomo we. Ebi say the topmost award which is artist of the year. Afie Dinah Entry Hamilton. Ye bona baso ye kase congratulations na ene me hu se onam fie hanom sia ojinchia kama apron no so de to no akwa kama wonam we hu se yes manfo ni awards ni nyina na ebobonobo na chese wojinchia na questioners yasimu okobi a friend table of men.
Yeah, table of men.
Una we are chairman and president.
I'm the chairman of the table of men.
Table of men and here
yeah, a prestigious organization. Yeah, what say we are there.
Prestigious organization.
Yeah, what say yeah far by none say.
It's Legon Executive Fitness Club come on say na mo be prestigious.
Kwasi no kura what say. Yeah, try say who say be mfie kakra ne yeah, try say who say gospel music, any gospel musicians in this country are being abused in several areas.
By who?
By the industry. And then maybe British or what? It is going against the gospel musicians.
I see.
And it was important. Say you been here a kubia. You bet to sorry. We will defend the cause of gospel music and make sure the gospel music and musicians, they are well treated on all platforms. For example, but before it was so much unfair to see, say, a program where, for example, Sarkodie is charging 100,000. You go to that same platform, and then a gospel artist is being paid 2,000, 5,000.
It's being paid.
That was an abuse.
Negotiation.
It was an abuse. Exactly.
What about gospel for now?
Yeah, you see, you cannot take the negligence of a group of persons, and for that matter, determine because of munim. And I say, they don't know what their right is for.
But
so why let us treat them like that.
Why are you forcing it on us? People pay. Yet you say Sarkodie send your woman fatu him. Sarkodie kono see 100,000. Na say also kwa 1 million. I don't know so about you one.
Yes, so yeah, far by no, it was both ways. Your responsibility, say you be training, you be my education to the gospel musicians about who they are, the sons of Zion. Said the bayer, you be to many for next.
You be messed up.
And we need to have discussion on the table.
Yeah, you be doing couple, but
properly.
Now kind of person call rank a crowd man for a drink. Said. So logic, is it true? Niakwesi, are we abusing the gospel fraternity? Saying I will see suggest you can see. Say na hunu.
Me Brian Yadwin, because who's a gospel music nankasa so we Christian music na non-profitable business. Sorry, quite non-profitable. The ones I also we gospel no, we Christian no. O gospel no, the fact people na say we Christian, it also we gospel. Until there will be some sort of sacrifices. In the case of Vancouver, someone I say, once our gospel artist need non-profitable, no, you fall within that. But maybe I could see no, or a production person or any company. Into Onoga say he will fight for his artist. I met here because or the sikashim. You know, when he goes on a negotiation table now, up 1 billion, the man. But Obi also a gospel need Christian music piano. We are non-profitable. So that is how they are registered. No, I'm coming. You cannot register a church as a company as you pay tax. We are non-profitable.
Sorry, NGO.
Yes, NGO. It's already the one casano. No, but what? Who are Christians? Non-profitable. Non-profitable.
No, NGO. What does
Non-governmental.
Yes, organization. Yes. And they don't pay tax.
Non-profit.
Do they pay tax? They don't pay tax.
They don't.
It stands for NGO.
Yes, non-governmental organization. And then non-profitable.
Yeah.
Now the church. I'm talking about church.
An organization.
The church is a non-profitable organization. They are not NGOs, but that's how they are registered. No church is registered. I'm coming. No church is registered as a company, pay a tax-paying company. No church. The reason why we are among formal inviting gospel artists, most of the sorry programs near there, and they invite you. I call for pastors, call for an invite you because I'm not sure say any club will invite a gospel artist to come to a club where you have secular artists.
Logic, only in your dream said. Okay, quickly.
You will be a gospel musician. Sorry for one.
Exactly.
If it's a mina crusade, and I'm a for artist, I bet you now, and I'm to money 2,000. Sometimes come back, and you'll be the crana.
I didn't hear pastors now.
And blame them, and now I'm say, I was some groom on me. Some more wanted here, pa. If it's a soft no, I will preach no, and some panel no did you. Your baba offering. No, you're the good bottom no corner, why babaton now to all. Now it's coming out to the talker or the better petrol. The moon grew or moon grew on say, a ya Juma no more, yes, soft for yen Juma, also your Juma. And Tino say, corners a soft for say, the old charge and one tria, coffee.
Says of who say.
Okay, and one by one. Yeah, mammy too. Yeah.
Okay, Braco, see the ambassador mechano, and he say, yeah, no, say, or cassa, o shall say, oh, yeah, gospel pay was so say non profitable. There be when yen manyam.
Okay,
because oh, sorry, I'm not
the question is, was see, yeah, museum,
right?
And I mean, no correct.
That's why I'm Braco, me building my points and abuse, no, a statifia, sorry, them from even the instrumentalist. Or honey free. I was say yet here and then say be a casa a duni pemono. I was see a money party as yes say. Who quite sorry them now we ye Juma. I was so Jessica. The fact that who demand this canning say who ye bonieti and yankopon. Let the people understand. Pastor no who quack sign when you move fifre na who konya sempoana te kwa usimiko to your tight. Now bana pastor to Rolls Royce na da sofa trotro. Da be na be let us let the people understand that if you are working at the church premises, you are working. You have to take money. Your snakes has to be paid. And we see a tuyaka because we have instrumentalists that are working 24/7 in church auditoriums. But yeah, momo hey.
Abuse.
Abuse, no. If you are sorry them. That also doesn't stop organizations, event organizers say. Unim say as also they are shut the back of your mind say. Nyamie juma no yentino. Obeye juma na obema sako de 50,000.
Which means would you say abuse be ho? Tilly, me abuse ho abuse ni ho. Send it to ma kakra.
Meaning say what ni abuse that's I know shema because me tell abuse I obi so far doing I abuse that. Okay, me who say I think say over the years no gospel artists more position more for ministry than industry and akoya more problem omoya mo ho sentie oh ye de nyame na ye som no many gospel artists be an interview obisa na say oh me I was a backing vocalist for so many years I didn't charge because I saw it as ministry no pay many obi so at na o say ono waba why project or management di nechi oba or no say oye nyom obeji or perform me minister oba a free man. So how do you pay the people, which is why o table of men on madam asese aba. But most so mo who say ejuma no we have ministry and have industry ye didi every ejuma no ho.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
It abuse them who abuse
ya omo
ana o my
asema okay abuse na quickly empianko ni bajo ni
sa nkomo we ankasa no mentiase gospel ejuma what kan Bible say nya wafa nyame adwuma.
Thank you.
Adwuma inti
na onwie na semka onwie
adwuma and like adwuma bia no so no cry woman say one thing I may adwuma me ko benya mesua say in this world you are never paid what you deserve. You are always paid what you negotiate. Yeah, obi de mema obia ya de wapene so se obeji. Nti eno no de se okona obi ka se mema osempua na ka se yo ai ne meji a waketua no at that point a waka se meji no eno no waketua. And I'm person musician bia na se gospel artist bia de share ni trim say nobody anywhere whether an award scheme, an individual or an industry owes you support. Eye wo wadwuma eye wo na wa fan se obeye wadwuma sebe enye obi na share table of men say mon set it up omo hu se ehun be hia se e be set it up a prestigious organization table of men amike omo no Guinness somebody here meeting oh okono Mota Guinness amike so iti kwaya almost your first one almost asset apps are there to support omwadwuma no ne kwan so ano no otherwise nko mo tena asia Tata House Ghana for yesu ye adwuma ye nka se ye madwun wadwuma no ho nchen obi foforo adwuma ni nyina ye enwom se ye wia se ayasase aso ni nyina ye bo no ni nyina ye adwuma ko
me da say so yeah, Kofi, me back, but okay, what's it?
So dynamic, for example, to say they see that no a meme day on the awards night. So as we sit, we are having a meeting tonight, and we are writing. You're trying to the Amateur House for them to come and explain why they shared 5 minutes to Dana Hamilton and Joe Metal over such a big platform. But they need to come. No, because to us they need to, they owe the gospel industry an explanation for that.
Because I was say 7 minutes. Because I was say 7 minutes. If you have 5 minutes.
But because the thing is that we saw Kiddy's performance. We saw Kwame Eugene. He almost played the whole album. Kwame Eugene's performance. A whole album. He almost played. He played about 30, close to 30 minutes performance.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What is this thing about? Omoma.
Make the industry fair.
Because the
thing is that let's make the industry fair. If you are giving everybody 5 minutes per performance, make it 5 minutes.
It's their discretion.
But you can't give somebody 2 hours. You can't give Geometry and Dana Hamilton 5 minutes on stage, and then come and give Kwame Eugene 30 minutes on stage. That is not fair. How do you value them? What's it?
Young Crawford, your mom saying.
A young Crawford. Me, who's a young Crawford? But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Make the industry fair. Let's open it. Let's operate from on the fair ground.
Hold on. And person who state you as a nibium. We see the more truck attack on Machata House.
Yes.
Saying
we are because we need.
But munya non can answer let you continue.
Because they tell you something say. You say omo gospel industry no why omo ma Joe Metal and Dana Hamilton 5 minutes on stage over one song. We want to know, and at the same time gave an opportunity for Kiddy to be on stage for over 20 minutes. Kwame Eugene to be on stage for over 20 minutes and others, because the way you made it look, it made it look like when we did, let's give them something and then just get them off the stage, and then you give because if you look Because if you look at the whole thing, it was much more or less like they give preeminence to the other artists over gospel, and which for us it was a bit insulting to us because look at it. Yeah, track attack come on because we are China no. We now at the end of the day, we saw that Dana Hamilton has won the overall artist of the year. So why do you give the overall artist of the year on the night of the awards night? No? You give that good. That's what Enter says. So if you want to, it's an industry we are building. Make it a fair platform for everybody. If it is 5 minutes for every artist, if it is one song, make it. But you can't give Dana Hamilton and Joe Metal 5 minutes to perform, and then give a fear to come and do Umbrella. Where you give this thing, Eno Baroni. Look at the time on the gas, rap or medical buyer, ya tia bossy, at the microphone, yeah. Then you do all these things, and then overall artist of the year on any Jometer. Look at the hits Jometer than Hamilton has on the night. Make it an equal platform, fair. The competition is fairness. Football is played by fairness. Music must be played by fairness. Everybody one song. Everybody 5 minutes. Make it across board. You can't give somebody 30 minutes and give somebody 5 minutes. And that is what we represent.
Robert.
They must write an apology on that one. Explain to the gospel industry why this thing must be so. And the table of men is going to sit well with them. That thing must stop.
Okay.
On that note, the way he's heated, all I'll say is we are waiting for the letter.
We are coming. We are coming.
Okay, Mpamcho, now one after the other. Kofi Mintio, yeah.
You see, sir, gospel, onsen toko kwa nukomu yintini. Oka gospel industry. Me sure some be gospel ye ka say and ye pese ye meeting with gospel industry players and toko besi. We come oya hwan ye nimu toko besi. Opa mayanya Ghana Gospel Music Awards and ebi o omon kan ho asem kra because omon be the basa foka ombe ko obi bie na adwuma na waka say adwuma na mebie no emra me dia totu ni ade na won kan chata say criteria definition am de ma we ni mu de ma we yampe mun sesa no omo na set your criteria when you meet it you get it, if you don't meet it you are out. They have an absolute discretionary power, so omo decide say time ben yen fama wan omo na product omo na betime decide say and then I was there you know 1 hour ye be ma obi 1 minute apart from asumesiwe e dey be man 10 omo adwuma. Even the sponsor has a say in how many minutes or the duration or whatever artist you perform. I don't say individually an individual groups I will say yet here black was unim the reggae for one beba adena event no dance or reggae artist bia enya so and so time you for beba afro pop for beba nkofana kai ne wan nyom kro ebibi grow ma for beba different segment, and that is the kind of problem I Gospel musicians should understand the industry table of men and say one more was the beer one farmer Charter House. So at least over the years now, gospel music is being recognized at a large scale on their awards. And now with the commander was
are you saying that we should go and
don't go and beg back? Are
you saying that we have been awarded on the emotional basis?
I said that you have been ungrateful.
No.
For the level of involvement.
Are you saying that we have been awarded on emotional basis?
No, you are not being, but now you are being recognized
very
recognized. Long years of plea. International
because I remember that time.
Kofi, put your argument well.
It is their event.
Kofi, it's not their event. Stop that saying. It's not their event.
It is their event.
It's for Ghana.
They do it for Ghana.
Yes. So they should stop.
So this conversation will not hold.
Kofi, they can stop. You know why?
So you are being ungrateful.
The moment you take today, Kofi, no. The word ungrateful is not fair.
Because the gospel musicians, they are part of the industry.
They are part of the industry.
They are not part
of the industry.
Their level of involvement.
Are you saying that we should
let your motions in Pacho, Markum and Brafam, Kwesi, He said here for team, but question is to translate. Dear, where are some crania? Question is translate.
Thank you. They are already commercial. So
Hey, sit down. Finally, sit down.
James, I want to move the conversation forward. I mean, because in Pessia, sorry, so Mr. Logic. So, is it true, sir? Who the one is artist of the year? The Diama Gospel, you know. And you're more commercial.
Yes.
Ain't he? I didn't think they awards, no. Ma Obia, it has to do with religion.
Yes.
What argument? I said, what's saying?
My argument is who's a gospel artist biano is binded by Taichi, Menyewi, Menkoha, Umunasana Moti. And I wish artist of the year in Swa. A more commercial and can sell a brand, Charterhouse, any sponsors, you know.
To you.
I mean, to me and to the industry, that's how it should be.
No, but I don't know if the organizers,
maybe they don't look at it that way. If you're moving, but Sana gets a banner.
But what's in saying, you dear?
Media, but some industry, let me share gospel for a faith bonded person, because I also for traditionalists were if I say faith, Muslims were. Are we saying, say, Kukuba Sam, Ekoyanyum? That's it, and you're very popular. Kukuba Sam will be qualified to be an artist of the year.
I saw him today.
But it will never happen. Because they will consider so many things. Obe say Kukuba Sam Krebi ne busum sem ni mina no yet me fanya juma. Enti me na media make can say artist of the year no that category no are very huge and are commercial. It can gospel artist for no. I'm coming. Gospel artist gospel artist of the year, gospel song of the year is enough for them. Because once you, it's enough. Let me finish.
I don't know where's argument now. This time I don't know nobody say move from the big. I don't know where's argument.
Who said formally? I said we can. That never we didn't see. Jometo, this this start is a routine way. Jometo winning, you know. Before Jometo be winning, not this conversation was going on. No more yankan. Now me make us say gospel artist piano. GDA be tanechi. On to me koha. If, for instance, if Charterhouse say, I'm coming. If Charterhouse say, there's a policy to that ultimate award. I guess so we need some award we are. I guess I will call be a club way. Now I say now boy in most of our projects. I'm going to so that ultimate award no, there shouldn't be a person who is banded by religion. Should not be part of that category. Nomination. There should be any nomination at that part.
At you saying, Robert, okay, Robert.
No Canadian mate. I mean, you can feel free to suggest to the scheme, but as of now, the way the scheme is, that's what it is. Intermediate. If I hear some of these things, the baseline is you listen, you carry it, we go and discuss it. If it's something that we can work with, we will work with. If we cannot work with, we will not work with it. So, that's about it.
Minute logic in Yadvini. Unless say, me say we are not awarding music. There's no music genre. Music genre be anyone more your friend of gospel. Yes. Music genre, highlight.
But we have a gospel category.
Reggae. So
no, what do you call?
Most of
which one do you do? Christian music and gospel. Are you Christian music? Because you are
what your gospel, the so-called gospel, so no more. Most of them are done in reggae vein.
Oh,
reggae, and general music.
You can't motivate
a time. You can't be a Christian. And can we say, Omukra Christopher, Omkwan also club, Sempa.
Oh, Let me give you a quote. If we are going to
what are you performance?
Oh, come on. You club my first of all,
religion. Music or the Ghana Music Awards is not a religious hour. It has nothing. It has no religious
It's
boundary.
music.
Music. Say ne meba enne sekroku bonsamba. No kas obeye nwuma. Enye nipa no. Enne ye hwe. Ne nipa na ye. It is a koku bonsa ye nwuma ye behwe ba bia nwum na fit say nwum na koku bonsama ye no. Say ye rega. Ye de koshe reggae.
Thank you.
Say nwum no aye high meba ma meka sam ye. Aye high life ah. Ye de koto high life. Charterhouse asset, fortunately for us, or more categories. Into what we are, sir, acquisition artist here, Uncle pre reggae dancehall artist, Uncle pre say moon critic category, mammy. Existed at that. It's a numinal the artist iron, a table of men for artist Nayan. Category of minimum say. You bet you mean your gospel song about fitting into a high life
song of the year,
and a song of the year, and that and now male vocal of the year, female vocal of the year. It goes beyond religion. And then
Empacha Yapon yabeto aso yawade yawada nyame ya dawo mane won kwan ye wa hoden yenwie kra yebeto aso sa kopem yebeka na antiase betimi aye adwuma. Right, James Abuaje from 5 Park, Mr. Logic, Robert Clark from Charterhouse, Yaya Boa, Christianes, Tilly Ekua Nipa, and Kofi Asamoah. Salamat Feinto na Sami K no time e che digimedi de bremo NWA Miami di hu chiame Kwesi Abuaje ne medi Peter Square so boy to niam afete on social media so de my yeda munyina se argument on gusu ay argument o Hanum say near this so yeah the live commentary at the bremo Any me boy, I bet na say. Yeah, the live commentary. Kwesi Abuaje want to make you